You need a booster. You know, like when you take antibiotics, you take a booster. Or sometimes when you're getting drunk, you take a couple shots. You get ahead of the game. How many people know what I'm talking about? Come on. You're experienced at that, right? And successful. So look, you know, a booster is a call workshop where everybody gets together and you use other people's confidence and you're put on the spot. And you call some people and get some appointments. Jim Winkler developed this, and it works incredibly well. Now, what I love about it is it proves two things. Number one, they usually get, like in a group of 20, 100 to 400 new appointments, right? So what I love about this is it proves two things. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Number one, it proves that you're not doing it. Come on, be with me. I don't want to talk at you. I want to have a conversation. True or false? And guess what? Number two, what it proves is that you can do it. Okay. Where did you ever learn that you only have to sponsor 2 people? I never taught that. I never did that. The people that I brought out, man, Elizabeth Weber was a human vacuum cleaner. I mean, it was actually embarrassed me. Tony and Pam Bowling, every time I came to Baltimore, they had more people and more people and more people. We never stopped. What is this idea? I activated, now I don't do it anymore. And then the worst thing about it when you're not doing it, now listen really, really carefully. Stretch your ears. When you don't do it, your people duplicate you. They know you don't have any new people. They're at the meetings. They're at the second looks or the HBPs, the UBPs. You haven't brought anybody in a year. Why should they? Funny thing about the business is that people emulate and duplicate the way they were brought in. Even though they learn that it's wrong, they can't change it. We always go back to it. Isn't that a funny thing? So, if I'm sponsoring and have 2 a week, and they know because some of them are going down under them because I can't put them anywhere else, they do it. So now when everybody's doing 2 a week and gets 1 a month or 8 a year, and putting 4 in each leg, bam! Field vice presidents, directors, all over the place. And guess what the good news is? You can do it. Quit looking for answers, you know? I don't know where you learned that. I didn't teach it. I don't do it, you know? So understand vertical marketing. The purpose of vertical marketing was not for you to get 2 and make $100,000 a year because it won't happen. The purpose of vertical marketing was to create a common economic bond in teams rather than being spread thin, rather than everybody being in competition, so we could sponsor more than 2, 8, 10, 20. What can you do? Because I got other people that are doing it with them at the same time. I don't have to handle everything, and it's experiential learning. This is the way we did it. Dennis said to me recently, you never put any downline placement volume under me. It's because I don't do it. If I do it, I don't tell you so that you think you did it. It's a terrible practice. And you never put anybody under me. Well, the reason is Dennis was already doing what was necessary to succeed. But I finally brought him somebody. Jennifer Lopez's dad and stepmother, effervescent, and I know that they're going to succeed. But do you get my point? You don't get it, do you? I mean, I'm talking to the wall. Now, I know why your people don't do it. You're not doing it, right? Because I'm going to ask you some questions. I am going to get back in the field. You know, one of the great things that happened to me, one of the few blessings that have come out of this, other than what we are, is Mark Ashley. I mean, he was wet behind the ears, as a college kid. He is one of the most astute, dedicated, disciplined, aware presidents and COOs that I have ever seen. And I don't need to run the operations of the company anymore. My goal is to clean up the problems, tune up the engine, rebuild the engine so it works right, and get back in the field with you working this thing like we used to. It's a lot of fun. But I know why they don't do it. They don't do it because you don't do it. Now, if you did it, everybody would start doing it. And what would happen to your legs? Huh? Come on, be fair with me. And the reason that it's not happening is simply you're not doing it. Who can change that? Okay, so look at this. If you have 100 people on a list, it's no big thing. You simply call 2 a week in a disciplined way, 2 a week to get them evaluated, not to get them in, but because they might know the right people. And you want them to see it. I would appreciate that. Okay? You understand that? So, 2 a week, but see, then they lead the people. And they lead the people. When I get somebody that wants to try it, they give me another bean jar. And that adds beyond the 100. But most of you don't need to know how to recruit, let's be honest. You still have 100 acquaintances on your list that you have not asked them to evaluate it when you promised that you would, and that was the business deal. So whose fault is it? Why hasn't it worked? Oh, come on. Am I hurting you that badly? I don't want you to be in pain. I want you to be in ecstasy. I want you to be in joy. Okay, guys? Oh, can you do this? So if everybody did it, you would have 84 new go nows in the group and all of these legs qualifying. Not only you making 187 grand a year, but other people making it. And you have the solution in your hand right now to leave this place and go do it. And you can do it. I'm telling you. Oh, man. I'm not shouting at you. I'm loving you. I want you to do this so badly. I want to see you come up here as a director when you were sitting there with nothing going. I want you to shut your friends and family up. I want you to stick that check in their face. I want you to quit that job, retire. And it's that far away, that far away. I'll do it with you. I'm going to tell you something. It's somewhere in here, but these things come to the top of my mind, and I might not get to it or forget it, so I just burp it out. Blah. Blah. Here's one for you. I don't know what the problem is, but I know, and Dennis, I know you know this, you lack confidence. You lack posture. You lack strength. You don't know the answers. You don't want to get in a badmouth contest with me over the business. Because I know and have thought out logically everything. And I have logical, irrefutable answers for anything that somebody asks or says. Do you hear that? So does Dennis. So when they say, well, is it like MLM? You just shrink and shrivel and disappear into a little turd. I have the answers. This is like networking. You know? How many people succeed at this? All those type of questions. Right? I have the answers. I can't do them here because I got to sit with you. So I'm going to book moving up seminars that I'm going to do and sit and go through with you and drill you and teach you, but you got to qualify for them. You got to demonstrate that you're willing to change. And I'm going to pick 5 or 6 places in the organization with a rising star, somebody that wants to build, that has a good attitude, that isn't mentally constipated, and do it over again. Instead of adding new legs, I'm going to just do it over again, Dennis. Because I got this guy, Mark Ashley, who can run the company. So we clean up and tune up the engine, and we're going to be all right. I got to move on. So here's the answer to how you can handle more people. The plan's designed to handle a lot more. That's number one. Say it. You're not using it. You're not using it for what it's designed to do. The power of it not having to do it across doesn't mean that we don't do it vertically. We do it vertically.